Right now at 6, victims identified. The latest information about this weekend's fatal plane crash in Marengo. Plus, Duluth's general election is next week. We're learning more about this year's candidates. And seizure preparedness, how one Iron Range man is hoping to educate his community.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Natalie Grant. Kristen is off tonight. Thanks for joining us. A brother and sister were victims in a deadly plane crash in Marengo this weekend. According to the Ashland County Sheriff's Office, 29-year-old Aaron and 21-year-old Aaliyah Mika died when their plane crashed Saturday afternoon. They are both from Marengo, Wisconsin. The plane struck a home when it crashed, causing some minor damage. The homeowner, Martin Alanketto, says he knew the victims and their family, calling the crash a tragedy.
You know, people know everybody. You know these kids. Just not too long ago, I was watching them, a bunch of girls climbing up the silos there. You know, yeah, you know them, and it's tragic.
Alanketto says Aaron Mika was an experienced pilot. He says that he plans to invite the family to plant a memorial tree where the plane went down. Now, the Ashland County Sheriff's Office says the NTSB and FAA are investigating. Well, a big development tonight in the investigation into what authorities are calling student misconduct on the Proctor football team. Tonight, we're learning that the St. Louis County Attorney Office is now reviewing the case, weighing whether criminal charges should be filed. The Proctor Police Department turned over their findings to the Attorney's Office today. The investigation lasted several weeks. Neither police nor school leaders have commented on the nature of these allegations. The district canceled the football team's entire season shortly after the investigation started. The team's head coach has also resigned. Now, in a statement tonight, a spokesperson for the county attorney's office said that they will thoroughly and carefully review the evidence before making any charging decisions. Now, based on the amount of evidence collected during the investigation, they could not put a timeline on that process. They added they won't be commenting further at this time. Now, we'll continue to follow this story as it plays out and bring you any details as they come in. Well, more than 400 people have died on Minnesota roads so far this year. That's the earliest the state has hit that grim milestone since 2007. The Minnesota Department of Public Safety says at this time last year, there have been 332 traffic deaths in the state. This is also the first year the state has surpassed 400 deaths since 2016, and before that, it was 2011. Now, according to the DPS report, speed and distracted driving related deaths have both increased more than 30% over the past year. Now, Office of Traffic Safety Director Mike Hansen released a statement today saying all the work the department has done over the last 15 years to save lives has now been wiped away. He says until drivers take responsibility, we'll continue to see, quote, carnage on the roads. A Duluth man charged with a St. Cloud professor's murder will learn his fate this week. Jason Beckman is expected to be sentenced on Friday. Now, earlier this month, the 45-year-old pleaded guilty to second-degree murder with intent. The shooting happened in St. Cloud back in June. Beckman told authorities he had been using drugs for days leading up to the incident. He stole a car and thought he saw a man point a gun at him in a grocery store parking lot. Beckman crashed that car in a yard and shot the professor when he came to the front door. Turning things over to weather meteorologist Peter Kavakowskis joins us now. We were just talking those chilly temperatures again this morning. It's definitely slipping into that fall, maybe even winter time here.
Oh, let's not bring up the W word yet. Because we've only seen a little bit of snow. We've seen a lot of lake effect rain showers, though. And satellite radar shows that right now across the region. Kind of just been streaming in off the lake for a good majority of the day today, especially for the South Shore, as well as a little bit up the North Shore and here at the head of the lake, in the Twin Ports as well. Zooming out, though, you can see it's really not impacting all that many others across the Northland. There's even some sunshine across the region right now. But currently for us here in Duluth, we are looking at a few clouds overhead as well as some rain showers right now, with that temperature right now sitting at 42 degrees with that easterly wind in place between 10 and 15 miles per hour. At times closer to the lake, it's been gusting up to 20, 25 miles per hour as well. So definitely a breezy night across the Twin Ports as well. And we're looking at 33 degrees for tonight's low. We have mostly cloudy skies overhead, but there is some sunshine heading our way, and then even more rain heading our way. We'll take a closer look at that pinpoint forecast coming up in just a bit, guys.
All right, thanks, Peter. Well, we're moving to local politics. We're taking a live look at Duluth City Hall tonight. During tonight's City Council meeting, councilors are expected to allocate millions of dollars to hot tourist spots in Duluth. The council will also vote on accepting a new contract with Visit Duluth, along with adding a new tourism marketing position to the city. Councilors will also discuss the proposal for $450,000 to fund a customs facility for the cruise line coming to Duluth. Other agenda items include voting on Mayor Larson's Affordable Housing Trust Fund proposal and allocating money from the 1200 fund to fund child care centers. The meeting starts tonight at 7 o'clock. We'll have the latest on tonight's discussion coming up tonight on the news at 10. Well, Duluth's general election is next week, and this week we're hearing from each of the 3 city council at-large candidates about why they're running. Azreen Owl moved to the city and attended college at the University of Minnesota Duluth. She says her struggles as a first-generation college student inspired her to run for city council. Owl's campaign includes improving transportation access, affordable housing, racial justice, and the environment.
I really want to push us beyond just surviving to a point where all of us are thriving. And that's how we build that inclusive community and a great city, is when we're all thriving. And that's what I will continue to push for. That's what I'm excited about.
Early voting is still open. You can vote by absentee ballot or in person at City Hall. We're hearing from 3 of the at-large candidates this week. You'll hear from the other 2 candidates tomorrow and Wednesday at the CBS3 News live at 5. Well, here are a couple other city council seats on the ballot. In District 2, Mike Mayo and Dave Zabracki advanced in the November election. Current councilor Joel Cypress decided to not run again. District 2 includes Congdon, Endian, and the Kenwood neighborhoods, as well as the UMD area. And in District 4, incumbent Renee Van Nett is running against former city councilor Howie Hansen. The district includes Duluth Heights, Piedmont, and Hillside neighborhoods. The general election will take place on November 2nd. Well, moving to national spending, we're taking a live look at the Capitol. President Biden is calling on both sides of the aisle to come through together before Thursday to pass his sweeping Build Back Better legislative agenda. A big part of the president's agenda includes getting holdout Democrat Senators Kristen Sinema and Joe Manchin on board with the spending bill. Biden held talks with Manchin at his Delaware home over the weekend, and both sides say a deal could come this week.
Working in good faith. I've been talking to everybody, as you know, and I think that we've got a good understanding of each other now, better than we've ever had.
Senator Manchin says that he's holding firm right now at wanting to only spend $1.5 trillion. That's down significantly from the original $3.5 trillion price tag. Millions of children in the U.S. could be eligible for Pfizer's COVID-19 vaccine as soon as next week. An FDA advisory committee is meeting Tuesday to consider recommending emergency use authorization of a low-dose Pfizer vaccine. A review by the agency found Pfizer's pediatric vaccine is nearly 91% effective at preventing symptomatic COVID, with the benefits outweighing the risks of the most serious side effects. That includes myocarditis, a rare heart condition that's been linked to the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines in young men. The inflammation usually subsides on its own in a matter of days. Experts say that it could be the final step towards normalcy.
Vaccinating children will be really important for us to be able to return to normal life as we know it.
The Biden administration has purchased enough vaccine for the country's 28 million children in that age bracket. If the FDA formally signs off on the 2-dose vaccine, kids ages 5 to 11 will be able to get their shots at pediatricians' offices and even schools. Well, school board members across Minnesota are calling it quits. The Minnesota School Board Association says nearly 70 board members have resigned this year. That's triple the number of resignations in a regular year. The board cites contentious disagreements over COVID-19 policies and critical race theory. The issues have caused violent school board meetings and threats towards school board members. A small wellness center in Grand Rapids is hoping to make a big difference during what can be a very scary moment for everyone involved. The Keisler Wellness Center is setting out to educate communities about how to help those with epilepsy and seizures. CBS3's Abigail Smith shares how they hope these trainings will save lives.
1 in 10 people have a seizure. That's what Regional Outreach Manager Lisa Peterson pointed out, saying this high ratio is why Keisler Wellness Center is hosting seizure trainings tomorrow. Peterson says there's 40 types of seizures, and having epilepsy as a little girl herself, she says these trainings can save lives and even help end stigmas for people with epilepsy or seizures. She says the best thing to do is educate so people feel more confident about helping those who suffer from seizures, which is why these trainings are meant to help people who do just that.
Community members can learn not just how to recognize and respond to seizures, but the overall impacts that seizures can have on an individual.
Peterson adds the best thing for a bystander to do is learn about how seizures can look and treating every seizure as an emergency. These trainings have been going on for years, and 2 will be hosted on Tuesday, October 26th for an hour each.
All right, thanks, Abigail. Tonight at 10, we're hearing from a Grand Rapids man who knows this struggle firsthand and the plea to his community to learn how to help their neighbors. Well, still to come on live local CBS 3. During COVID-19, the digital divide in the Northland has become more apparent. How a local nonprofit hopes to bridge the gap next.
And we're still seeing a little bit of rain shower activity across the Twin Ports, but there are some sunnier days ahead. We'll take a closer look at that forecast coming up in just a bit.
Seeing the joy that people feel when they share a meal with family and friends, that's why we do this. The laughter of kids around the table, the thrill of families driving through for a treat, the delight of not having to cook, and instead letting us safely serve you. It all comes back to taking care of each other. And for that, we'll be here with your favorites, and always a smile.
Here, when our path takes an unexpected turn, we keep moving forward. When life sends us a message, we listen. When you're determined to beat the odds, we help you plan for what's next. This is commitment, resourcefulness, determination. These are remarkable people doing remarkable things together.
Blue Cross made it easy to find a plan that fits my needs.
If you're looking for a Medicare plan, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota can help you understand your Medicare benefits and choices with this free guide.
The guide helped me understand what Medicare does and doesn't cover, and how I could add coverage if I wanted to.
With 96% of Minnesota doctors and hospitals in the Blue Cross network, plus a broad selection of affordable Medicare plans developed for Minnesotans by Minnesotans. It's no wonder nearly half of all Minnesota seniors has a Blue Cross Medicare plan. From Bemidji to Blue Earth, Twin Cities to Two Harbors, Blue Cross has you covered.
I get to keep my doctor, and I'm saving money. Can't beat that.
Go online or call the number on your screen now for your free Medicare decision guide from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota. You and Blue, because together is better.
The September 16th hail and windstorm did a lot of damage to the roofs of homes in its path. Empire Roofing can perform temporary repairs to get your roof through winter. Call today to find out if your home is in the hail path and have your roof inspected for free by Empire Roofing to see if your roof sustained damage.
I'm Nora O'Donnell in our nation's capital. We're here at the White House with the President of the United States.
Thanks for having me.
We will witness yet another moment in history.
I remember my son was going to grow up without a father.
I didn't think someone at 23 could be diagnosed with breast cancer.
I was probably the healthiest I had been in my life.
Early detection of a melanoma saved my life.
I survived testicular cancer because of early detection.
I survived cancer not once but twice because of early detection.
During the pandemic, you may have delayed or canceled routine cancer screenings. It's time to get those appointments back on the books. Early detection saves lives.
This message brought to you by the National Association of Broadcasters and this station.
Get your news on the go, the CBS3 mobile app.
Another fall-like day across the Twin Ports, 45 for today's high in Duluth International, so at just a hair below average. Average now sitting at 48 degrees, so we keep on falling back even further into the 40s. 6/100ths of an inch of rain so far for today. Might pick up a few more 1/100ths of an inch of rain as we head towards the midnight hour tonight, but it's not going to be a whole lot more just because these are lake effect rain showers that we are dealing with right now. And that's where all the rain totals have basically been centered for the day today, right around the shores of Lake Superior. And that is no coincidence just because of that wind that we have in place across the region right now. As you can see right now at Sky Harbor Airport, we're gusting up to 15 miles per hour. At times I've seen that gusting up to 25 miles per hour as well. And across the region, most of us are dealing with that wind right now off the lake. So that is why we are dealing with those lake effect rain showers and a few of those lake effect clouds overhead as well. So here's what we're dealing with on satellite radar right now. You can see those lake effect rain showers basically just streaming in over the lake, and that's been the case for the day today across the Northland, excuse me. And here's how that satellite radar picture is shaping up. Right now, you can see basically most of us just looking at mostly cloudy skies overhead, but there was actually some clearing off to our west, and that allowed them to see some sunshine, especially in the afternoon and evening hours. And I think we do all see a little bit of sunshine for today tomorrow. But right now, no sunshine for us here in Duluth, 42 degrees, with those rain showers overhead and that easterly wind in place between 10 and 15 miles per hour. So here's how your forecast shapes up for tonight. Tonight, as you can see, we still have that easterly wind in place. So that means we could still be dealing with a few lake effect rain showers for the North Shore, South Shore as well, the head of the lake. But as we head towards tomorrow, we begin to see that wind shift a little bit from the east up towards the southeast, and that really limits our lake effect rain potential basically to the North Shore. So say from Silver Bay points north up towards the Arrowhead region for Lake and Cook County. But I think the rest of us looking at pretty much a nice sunshiny day for today tomorrow. But then as we head towards tomorrow night, we see clouds are on the increase, and that's an association of our next widespread rainmaker for the day on Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening. Really looks to be like the biggest of that storm. So your forecast for tonight, temperatures fall back into the low and mid 30s across the region with mostly cloudy skies overhead. And highs for tomorrow climbing into the upper 40s as well as lower 50s. A little bit more clouds and lake effect rain showers again up on the North Shore. The rest of us, I think, we're starting off the day with mostly cloudy skies, but then that will begin to thin out a little bit, and I think by the afternoon and evening hours, we're looking at partly to mostly sunny skies overhead, so a little bit of sunshine for today tomorrow. Here's how that 7-day forecast shapes up. Once we get through the rain for today on Wednesday, temperatures really begin to drop off as we head towards the later portions of this week. Take a look at Monday. Monday's high of 38 degrees. That you can say is kind of downright wintry.
That is downright wintry. I know last year we had a lot more snow on the ground at this time.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of weird to see the temperatures like this with none of the white stuff quite yet.
Yeah, last year probably had a foot of snow that already had fallen. So
it's crazy to think about.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Peter.
Yep.
Well, the Duluth YWCA is getting a major grant to support local girls. The AT&T Foundation donated $15,000 to the YWCA's Girl Power program. The funds aim to help bridge the digital divide and the homework gap, supporting local girls with limited internet access. The Girl Power program provides computer access, tutoring support, and STEM programming to low-income elementary, middle school girls in Duluth. Well, if you live next to the Duluth Airport, you're likely going to hear jets taking off during the evening hours over the next 2 weeks. Now, starting today through November 4th, the 148th Fighter Wing is taking part in a close air support training with Special Operation Forces. During their trainings, controllers plan to practice and communicate with air assist as a way to protect friendly ground forces. Jets are expected to be grounded at the Duluth International Airport base by 10 p.m. Well, switching over to sports, Alexis Bass joins us now. What do we got going on tonight?
Well, a little bit of everything, but I know Packers fans had themselves quite a night last night, but waking up this morning, it was a different story. After receiving news that their star wide receiver is out and college hockey season is here. We caught up with the Lady Saints this afternoon ahead of their season in a new conference. I will reel in sports next.
If you love them enough to crawl into a play place to get them to come down, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChef.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChef.com, a better way to buy.
As we finish up another baseball season, I recently finished an extensive window replacement project on my home. I worked with your home improvement company, and they hit it out of the park. For your next window, door, bathroom, or roofing project, get the quality and service you deserve with the Midwest's largest full-service home improvement company. Your home improvement company is my home improvement company, and they should be yours too. Contact them today for a free estimate on your next home project.
We want you to join our team. On Wednesday, November 17th, Black Bear Casino Resort invites you to join our job fair from 12 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the Cobalt Cabaret. Come fill out an application, get an interview on the spot, and hired for a full-time or part-time position. We offer many benefits for full-time employees, from 6 paid holidays each year, 3+ weeks of paid time off your first year of employment, reward for perfect attendance, 401k retirement plan that we match, health and dental plans, life insurance coverage, and much more. For more information, visit blackbearcasinoresort.com and make the Bear your place for employment.
Be a little bit brave. Don't ever be afraid to.
We've got a couple questions.
Do you think it's time for schools to reopen? There is some positive breaking news. We've got a lot of important new information for you and your family.
Epilepsy can affect anyone with a brain.
It does not discriminate.
If you have a brain,
you can get epilepsy.
But here's something that's just as important to know.
Anyone with a brain can affect epilepsy.
So let's use our brains to do just that.
Let's change the way people think about epilepsy.
To find cures.
Because if all of us can get epilepsy,
all of us can end epilepsy.
We just need to use our brains.
Let's use our brains.
Let's use our brains.
Let's use our brains to end epilepsy.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northlands still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Bakke, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Bakke. Tuesdays at 10 only on live local CBS 3. Brought to you by Range Regional Airport.
Heart attacks and strokes happen, even in the midst of COVID-19, and at least one will occur while you're watching this. Heart attacks and strokes are medical emergencies. If you experience symptoms of a heart attack or stroke, do not delay seeking care. Call 911 immediately. Hospitals are prepared and can safely treat you. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus to learn more.
The Packers extended their winning streak to 6 games against the Washington football team, setting up a huge matchup with the undefeated Arizona Cardinals this Thursday night. But Green Bay could be a bit short-handed. They placed star wide receiver Devontae Adams on the reserve COVID-19 list this afternoon. He's fully vaccinated, so NFL protocols would only require him to go to that list if he tests positive. Adams would have to test positive on 2 consecutive days to be eligible to play. Packers will also be without defensive coordinator Joe Barry, who tested positive for COVID-19. It was a weekend to remember for the Bulldog men's hockey team. A clean sweep of the Golden Gophers in front of a near-record crowd at Amsoil Arena on Saturday night. As a result, UMD moved up 1 spot to number 4 in this week's USCHO poll. Minnesota dropped down 3 spots to number 7, and elsewhere, St. Cloud State took the number 1 spot from Michigan. The Bulldogs will take this week off and head to Western Michigan next weekend. The UMD women's hockey team picked up a nice weekend sweep as well down in the Twin Cities, outscoring St. Thomas 10-0 over the course of their 2 wins. So they moved up 1 spot in the USCHO polls to number 7. The 10-0 Wisconsin Badgers still hold the top spot. The Bulldogs will now have 3 weeks off before heading to Bemidji State in mid-November. After losing in the conference finals last year, the ladies of the St. Scholastica team are ready for redemption, led by a new coach competing in a new conference. New head coach Juliana Valjek is eager for the new opportunity in the MIAC conference as the Saints head coach. She craves the challenge as a former athlete herself skating with the Bulldogs. It is no secret that the Saints have goals to get back in the conference championship. With 24 of 26 returners, including 4 super seniors, the road for a championship season is en route.
We have a lot of leadership and a lot of people that want the challenge to be leaders. Lori has, she waited a couple of years behind Lexi Tomczyk, and so she's really embraced that role, and she's playing confident, and so having that wall behind you allows us to play the system we do, which is highly offensive. And then up front and on D, we have leaders all over, people that want the puck, that want to attack the net and want it on their sticks. So I think that's an exciting place to be.
I think we're all super excited to be participating in the MIAC this year. I know it's something that myself, along with a few other returners, have been looking forward to. And I think we're going to do just fine, if not excel. I think we've got a really strong team this year, and I think we're going to be really successful in our new conference and hopefully start it off with a bang.
Murray adds that their main goal this year is to get a win in conference and get to the national championship. May as well shoot for big, she says. And Natalie, I don't know if you listened to in one of the sound bites of one of the players, she had said that her coach, she goes by Montana because her coach was from Montana. So just a little fun fact in there. And their coach was also part of 2 national championships with the Bulldogs.
Wow.
So really awesome, full circle, life comes full circle for her back. Coaching for St. Scholastica.
Yeah, we love to see it. Just the hockey community here and the women's hockey community is just so strong.
Yes,
it's
especially
so
led, leading females on a female team is really exciting to see that as well.
Absolutely. Thanks, Alexis. Well, before we go, Minnesota lawmakers have introduced a resolution in D.C. to posthumously award Congressional Gold Medal and the late pop singer Prince. The medal is one of the nation's highest civilian honors. Past recipients include George Washington, Rosa Parks, and Mother Teresa. Prince died back in 2016. Now, this new resolution has received bipartisan support, being authored by lawmakers like U.S. Senator Amy Klobuchar, as well as Representatives Ilhan Omar and Pete Stauber. Everyone coming together to celebrate Prince. It's a pretty good thing for Minnesotans to get behind of. Well, Peter, before we go, last check of the weather here.
Yeah, so for tonight, looking at mostly cloudy skies overhead, there is a stray shot of a stray shower, especially up the North Shore. We have a little bit of lake effect rain up there. We have temperatures into the low and mid 30s across the region. Most of us, though, looking at mostly cloudy skies overhead. Highs for tomorrow climbing into the upper 40s as well as lower 50s. Winds are definitely breezy, though, gusting between 20 and 25 miles per hour. So tie down any Halloween lawn ornaments. And there is another stray shot of a lake effect rain shower, especially up the North Shore again. Say Lake and Cook County to Arrowhead region up there. And his 7-day forecast shows we have more widespread rain for the day on Wednesday. Then we really cool things down heading into next week, guys.
Yeah, getting chilly out there. Thanks, Peter. Well, that's your CBS 3 News at 6. We'll see you right back here tonight at 10.